Welcome back. So today we had a pretty nice reversal from this morning, and that's due to a couple reasons. And today something has happened that has never ever happened before. Let's talk about it. So right now Bitcoin is holding roughly around where it was yesterday, 87.5, and you can see this is what happened today. This morning after I started streaming, the US market started really red and depressive, depressing, I should say. And then Bitcoin started sliding down a little bit. And then we recovered back up. And that's kind of what I said this morning. Even though we started red, I'm like, it kind of feels like it should be a good day. Okay? Because we got some good, favorable economic data. The chances of a Fed cut went up, and overall, it just seemed like we should have continued, right? And it seemed like this morning was kind of a fake out, and it was. So not only did we recover from there, but you could see the stock market very, very green. It started out kind of red, and everything turned green. So sometimes we do get those fake outs. Sometimes we start out the day and all of a sudden turns red, and it's like, why? We got good data. We're going to get the chance of a rate cut for December went up to 80-something%, right? And the Ukraine war also may be over soon. These are all positive things. What's making it go down? Other than like whales manipulating the market, and that's exactly what it was. So besides Bitcoin going up slightly today, like Sol went up almost 140, ETH almost back to 3,000. So we had a little recovery today, which is good, right? But overall, what prompted this, and will this continue? Well, I did mention the two things that prompted really the potential of a rate cut in December, which is basically locked in, and the war ending, which has been ongoing for years, right? So those are good things. Also, we have a couple of other things too. There may be a short squeeze that's building right now, okay? The funding rates turn negative. That means there are more people that are shorting than going longs. And like I said before, market makers that want to clear out liquidity, want to clear out levels, they're neutral. They go both ways. And right now, there are a lot of bearish people, a lot of people that want or think Bitcoin's going to go down. And whenever that happens, we tend to see the opposite happen. Okay, so right now, this is a really good sign. And also this morning, I showed how Bitfinex traders, a lot of Bitfinex traders are now switching to longs because they expect there's going to be a turnaround. But overall, funding rate turns negative is a positive thing for Bitcoin and the entire crypto market cap. Okay, so this is something else. Also, we have options expiration. There's a big one coming this Friday. I don't have the article with me. This morning I showed it. Whenever we have a big options and futures expiration, there's usually some volatility. And this week is like a shortened week because of Thanksgiving. However, the max pain price that I covered this morning was around 102,000. So that's generally where like the whales and market makers move towards, because that's how they clear out most of the option traders. So are we going to make a big move to like 102 by Friday? I would love to see it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would love to see it. That's something else that's being worked on right now. Okay. But like I said at the beginning of the video, what is this one thing that has never, ever happened before and just happened? And is it good? The answer is yes. What happened? Today, Texas becomes the first state to buy Bitcoin. That's right. Over the year, we've been hearing about states trying to adopt Bitcoin, right? Trying to start a Bitcoin treasury. Today, Texas buys 10 million in Bitcoin, becoming the very first state to do so. Think about it. Okay? to have an entire state start buying, this is going to set a precedence for the other states, right? This is part of the fundamentals I keep talking about. A lot of people don't quite understand. I'm like, the fundamentals are great, and you could argue better than ever. This is one of the examples. Have we ever had a U.S. state buy Bitcoin? No, never. And there will be others that follow. And as a nation, we also have a Bitcoin reserve, right? These are all fantastic things. Really, really good things that's happening, right? So this is very, very positive. Also, this, okay? There's a lot of talk about elongated cycle. Some people don't believe it. Some people think that we're entering a bear market or crypto winter. This shows how it's nonsense. Raoul Pal this morning, I showed a video. He talked about how the business cycle has been elongated. So he expects us to keep moving and top out sometime in 2026. And that's primarily due to the high rates. And we haven't had much rate cuts so far, although we're going to start getting more in December of next year, right? But TechDev basically talks about the exact same thing, business cycles and measuring the business cycles, okay? And measuring, basically the point where you could see the business cycle is starting to go down, and that's where you see a top, okay? That's when you see Bitcoin go down. But when the business cycle is starting to improve, that's when Bitcoin goes up. Here's the thing. If we have an elongated business cycle, kind of like what this is showing right now, that means Bitcoin's path is about halfway, which makes sense if you look at where Bitcoin's price is, right? So if you double by 2, that will put us right around like $170,000, $180,000. And this is looking more and more like reality as we move closer to the end of the year and move beyond into 2026. This is looking like it. We haven't had a top yet. There's no indicator, there's no metric that shows that we had a top and we're falling to the bottom. Everything shows we are going through a normal correction. And this business cycle chart kind of explains that visually, that, hey, we haven't even seen the business cycle top out. We're nowhere close to the business cycle top out. During these times is FOMO times, okay? When US markets are sky high, when Bitcoin is sky high, the liquidity is flowing, and that's when you have economic tightening, okay? Rates are low, and that's when the Fed starts tightening and increasing the rates and slowing everything down. That's certainly not what we're seeing right now. All right, so this is an awesome chart to show that, hey, we may be halfway through, not even towards the end, nowhere close. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Overall, we had some very positive things happen today, like every day. Too many people only focus on price. I get it. That's important. Many people are in to make money. But if you're in to actually make true wealth, to build wealth and attain financial freedom, you got to stretch out your timeline. You got to ignore what's going on day to day and even week to week, sometimes even month to month, because investments pay off after years. And the longer you hold something, the more it pays off. Okay, we're going through one of those stints right now. It kind of sucks. It's been a few months, but we will get past this and we will form a new high. So you just have to be patient. Okay, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.